Oh, the hell I can. Human beings are apex predators. Women's only natural predator are men, and yet we choose to sleep with them, sometimes to our detriment. When we go missing or are murdered, first person they look for is our male partner. When we are carrying the spawn of that male individual, the likelihood of them killing us goes up. We carry their seed in our belly, and the odds that they're gonna kill us increases. But not all men, right? Pick any female Disney star right now who's under 18. Go to her Facebook page, because you want it to be Facebook, because that's where people identify themselves. Dave Smith. Look at the comments men are comfortable leaving on a page of somebody they know is a minor. But not all men, right? Should we ask the Schmex workers of Thailand? The children of Thailand? Not all men? When asked, 97% of women say that they have been on the receiving end of some kind of inappropriate looking, touching, commentary, holding, grabbing, choking, grape. 97% of women, and I'm betting if you sat down with that other 3% and really had a conversation about their everyday lives, that number would go to 100%. The United States military admits in their reports about grape in the military that their numbers are wildly underreported. Do you have any idea what those numbers are? They're not good. By their own admission, it's probably only about half. Top results in Schmornhub, under 18. Grape. Anal grape. Violente penetratione. Schmainful schmainal. Do you know how many people have to search for those terms to make it to the top results? Have you seen a single report about sexual harassment in the workplace? And do you think now that DEI has been rolled back, it's going to be better for women in the workplace? That somehow men will become more protective of us than less? Do you know how many of our sisters are lying in ditches, shallow graves, unmarked graves, graveyards, yet to be undiscovered areas of the forest? Do you know how many of them would be with us if we had just raised them from the first moment in their life to understand that men are most likely to be the leopard that's going to eat their face? Better to have to apologize profusely to the one who isn't than assume that 99.999% of them are safe for us. Look, there might be, but show me their corn history. Show me their travel habits. Then we can talk. Because I would rather be wrong and have my sisters alive than continue to teach them that men are our friends and not to be feared. Because we still live in a society where our judges don't go so harshly on dudes for grape because you wouldn't want to ruin their careers. We are not so far separated from a time when if a woman was graped, she was forced to marry her grapist because she wouldn't want her reputation ruined. She said no, and he said bet, and then afterwards, she ended up married to him. We are not so far separated from a time where it wasn't considered grape if it was your husband, because you were his property, and it was your wifely duty. We're not so separated from a time that when you gave birth and you were all stretched out and just, you had just shoved a watermelon out, the doctor would go out to your husband and be like, it's a boy, and I put a stitch in, because I wouldn't want you to be inconvenienced with anything loosey-goosey while she's recovering. Not all men. We have a grapist in the White House, and people voted for that. And that grapist invited another grapist to the White House for a visit, a chill, a hangout, a brotastic afternoon. And hell, they conference called the Schmex trafficker grapists that he saved from Romania, because bros like that need to stick together. So yes, I can generalize about the group of individuals most likely to torture and kill us, because better to have to apologize to one than be wrong about the 99% of them. Think of it this way, you have to sweep a field for mine. Now every once in a while one isn't set properly, or the chip erodes, or the wire breaks. You're looking at a field full of mines. Is it better to assume that 99% of them might go off, so you should tread carefully? Get really excited when you stand on the one that doesn't go off? Or assume that they're all just not going to explode and stop hopscotching across the field? I mean, maybe not all men. Or maybe not all men yet, because they haven't gotten the opportunity. But ask any woman who works in a nursing home with old dudes, that can barely chew their food old dudes, and ask them about what those old dudes say and what they do with their hands. Look into the rate of grape for newborns. Far better to teach girls that men are our only natural predator than to teach them they're our friends.